Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Thursday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. So I would say on Tuesday's live, we used the Silly Old Bear suite, but it was actually yesterday. I had to postpone my Tuesday live to yesterday, so you guys get me 2 days in a row. Hopefully you guys had a good day in your craft room. I worked this morning, came home, took a little nap, and then came out to finish up my Luxbox subscription kit. It is almost finished and ready to go. I won't be able to work on any of it tomorrow because I have all of the kids tomorrow, all the grandkids. So hopefully I'll get it in the mail Saturday or Sunday. So look for it next week in your mailbox. It's very cute, and I have literally put so much time and effort into the little tiny details, and I really hope you guys love it as much as I do. So that's what I did, and I did prep my tonight's live. I don't remember what day it was. Maybe it was Wednesday. So it is a fun fold. It We might not be able to put all of it together. So I'm going to try to. So I'm not going to chit chat too much because we're going to go over the product and then start on the card. But it is definitely cute, and I challenge you to give it a try. Okay, let's point you over so we can get started. So, like on yesterday, like on Wednesday, I used the Silly Old Pooh suite. So for this card, I am not using the embossing folder, but I did bring it in. It does come with the designer series paper. It comes with two different stamp sets, two different dies. So these are the two stamp sets, these are the two dies. You get a full pack of the 12 by 12 paper and the embossing folder. So it is a mega suite, and it is absolutely delightful. So for this card, we did pretty much use all four of these. And one of the cards, I needed a little balloon of some sort. So this is another bundle that is in the catalog, and it is called Balloon Festoon Dies. And I pulled in this little tiny balloon, the little watermark or helium mark, and then the hangers for the little string. So that's what I pulled in for one of these two cards. Let me show you the cards, and then we will go over the product that we used. So this is what I came up with. So when you open, it uses one sheet of our 8.5 by 11, and how you cut it and score it is how you're going to get this fun little flap. Now, depending on how you cut your designer series paper, it can either go really any direction. Even if you think you cut your designer series paper wrong, you can just flip the cards around to get it to work. So it is a little fun, a little different, and I'm going to try to show you guys how to create this. So there's the cards we're going to be making. Now let's do the product that we need. So we need a full sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. I'm going to score it and cut it with you. So I'll talk about that in a minute. We need 2 pieces of basic white or very vanilla. You actually need, yes, you need 2 of each. Just 2 of them we're going to cut at a diagonal as well. And this is 4 by 5.25. The other 2 are going to go on the inside of your card. And then we have our designer series paper, and this measures 3 3/4 by 5. So we're going to start with our full sheet of 8.5 by 11 first. So what you're going to do is bring your scoreboard in, and we're going to put the 8.5-inch side up at the top, and we're going to score this at 4 1/4. And then we're going to rotate, and we're going to score this at 5 1/2. So you're scoring both directions on both sides. So 4 1/4, rotate, and do it at 5 1/2. Now, you do want to make sure your blade is nice and sharp. If you have a large trimmer, it definitely works best, but your normal paper trimmer will work. I am bringing in my great big Carl machine. I don't use this very often, but it works perfect when I'm doing this kind of design. We are going to cut from this corner all the way down to this corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this in my machine. I know you guys probably aren't going to be able to see this super well, but I'm going to do my best to show it. So I'm just lining up the corner to corner. This one is really big, so I don't think I can fit it all in the camera. But it doesn't always cut the very tip, even with your normal paper trimmer. So that is totally fine. So now we're just going to take our paper snips and trim from the corner down, and now we have our two pieces. So there's our two pieces that I'm just going to set to the side. And I actually should have brought my smaller trimmer in. Let me grab it really quick. I actually knew exactly where it was because I put it away when I was done working with it. So now you can grab your smaller trimmer, and we are going to grab the designer series paper and the two pieces of cardstock. So if you want your cards going the same direction, you're going to layer them on top of each other. But if you want to rotate them, you're going to flip one of them to the back side. So now we're going to line those up, and we're going to cut from corner to corner again. Now, this one's a lot easier to line up because you can see. And now we're going to set these to the side. And the same thing we're going to do with this is corner to corner. There we go. That is all of the cutting that we're going to do. So on a normal card, when I do my 4 by 5 1/4 and then my designer series paper 3 3/4 by 5, I did that ahead of time. So now I know these are going to be the perfect 1/4 inch all the way around. Just like that. And then this one is going to go on top. So I did the basic white with the Hydrangea Hue. I'm sorry. With the Hydrangea Hue. And then I did the very vanilla with the very vanilla Pooh design. There we go. That is how cool this card is to put together. So now I'm going to scoot those over and we can start playing with these. So I'm going to go ahead and fold and give it a good crease. Then I'm going to open this up and do the inside. Give that a good crease. So now I know that my arrow, not really arrow, my angle is pointing down, or the wider end is at the bottom. So I know this one is going to go here. And then this one is going to go on top. And then I'm going to put that on top just so I can secure it. And now we're going to be working on our other sheets. So usually I just folded this in, but this one I'm going to go the opposite direction. Oh, I'm going to have to take my block. Actually, I think I was supposed to go the other way. But it doesn't really matter because once you lay this out, you will know which way your card goes. Nope, I think it was the other way. There we go. I was right the first time. I shouldn't have questioned myself. I knew I was right. There we go. Look how fun that is. And it's totally easy. Hopefully I explained it all right. And then we do have our two other pieces of our basic white and very vanilla. And I'm just going to start gluing all of this together. And then if we have time to decorate the front of it, we totally will. But I just want to show you how easy and fun this is to put together. So I'm going to start by adding some adhesive. And we're literally just going to layer these just like we do our normal card. So it is definitely a fun fold. And I do open it to lay this down just to make sure that I'm getting it all even. Not to say that I'm going to make it even though I have it all laid out. Okay, so there's one. I'm gonna put my block on top so it holds it. And this card makes two. So that's why I said to cut everything together, is because you will make two cards when you're doing this. And then I'm going to open this one up so I know that it's going on the top. I think it just helps me to see where I'm putting it. This one would be a super cute baby card also. I wish this set was out when my kids were having little ones. I could have done their invitations in the classic Pooh. So this one's very vanilla. So this one's going to go on the inside. There we go. I'm going to put the block on and scooch this one over. Hopefully it'll stay in the camera. And then let's bring this one in to glue together. So one of the tips I do have is when you're gluing your focal point to the front of it, you just want to make sure that you're only putting adhesive on the part that you want to open. Let me see if I can show you a little example. So I only put adhesive on the back of these, so when it opens, it's going to open and not glue your card shut. So that's one tip, depending on which way your card is going to open. So this one, I just put adhesive on the bottom, and I just put adhesive on Piglet and a smidgen on Pooh's arm. I just didn't want it seeping through the back side as well. So if we don't get all the way to that point, I didn't want to forget to say that. I was a little nervous when I decided to do this card. I was like, what if I totally mess it up? You guys are going to think I'm nuts. But I'm really shocked I didn't. And that's how easy this one is. You might mess up your first one or two, which is totally fine. It is just paper. But it really is super easy. Actually, I'm just going to lay it like that because we're going to glue this one to the top. And if I can do this while listening to my podcast and being distracted, anybody can do it. I'm on season 3, almost done with season 3. I probably need to stop listening to them because I think I'm a little like crazy with it. It's so good though. And it gives me something to do while I am crafting in the studio. I won't be able to listen to any of it tomorrow because all the little ones will be here. Okay, there we go. Now we have, oh, let's put our basic white piece in. So the mechanism of the card is done. Now we just need to decorate. And let's do the little Pooh one first. I really loved the sentiment. The best kind of days are the days spent together. It is so perfect. And I'm sitting down, so hopefully I can do this and it's even and centered. I should just stand up. But I knew I was going to be a hot second gluing all that together. Perfect. And I want to grab my silicone mat. And for this one, I'm going to do Piglet in the, let's do dark. The dark Barely Blush. And I'm just going to do his feet, arms, and head. And then I'm going to do one of our other new in colors, and it is Light Peaceful Pine for Piglet's body. I really do think that they created these colors just for this sweets. That, or it was pretty spot on that all of these colors coordinated so well. I'm going to start with Light Golden Glow. I just had my order arrive from the new catalog launch, and all of my designer series paper that I'm using for the Luxe box arrived, all the two-tone paper, and I ordered, I think, 3 or 4 extra of all of the blends because I have this summer retreat coming up and I've got a lot of coloring to do. And it's nothing worse than when you are trying to finish something and your blend dies. So I was not going to be caught without my blends. So that is what arrived today. Okay, there's that. And then I do want to take the dark and just kind of go over the shadows just to kind of make it a little bit more of a pop. This one has a little bit more than the other Pooh. There we go. And then I'm going to take the dark for Piglet. He's super duper tiny, so this isn't going to take very long. There we go. So now we can put this on our card. I probably won't be able to do the Eeyore, but I'll at least show you. And the balloon that I used is from the new balloon set as well. So I'm gluing down the sentiment to the Hydrangea Hue layer. And this is where I'm going to come in and see where I want it. So I know I only want to put adhesive on the bottom left. So I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to put adhesive, but I don't really want to chance going over that half mark. So now I'm going to come in and just put a dab in the center. And this is going to make sure that it is not going to go anywhere and it's not going to eke and leak through. Now that I say that, it's probably going to leak through. Oh, it didn't. Woohoo! Worked again. So now Piglet is just going to be hanging off to the side. So I will put adhesive on the left side of Piglet and then just Pooh's little arm. And that's going to give it enough to secure it to your card base. And I just want a little bit up here. And I think when I cleaned up my Facebook Live table, I think I took my butterflies to my craft room. So you could definitely embellish it with some butterflies as well. But there you go. That is how fun and cute this card is. And it is fairly easy, even though I was a smidgen intimidated by it. But I swear, give it a try and have fun. Any designer series paper will work like this. Just make sure that you are cutting it in the same direction. You don't want to cut one way and then cut the opposite way because then you will be a little lost. So just make sure you're cutting it in the same direction every single time. And there you go. So there's the two that we were able to put together. But I knew it was going to be tight getting both of these cards done. But I really just wanted to show you the mechanism behind the concept behind doing this. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight's live. I will be back on Tuesday for another fun card. I'm not entirely sure what we are going to be using, but Sundays is when I try to have that done for the entire week. So, anyway, if you need anything, please feel free to reach out, and happy Mother's Day to everybody, and we will see you soon. Have a good evening. Bye bye.